August 26, 2010. Today I started my 4-year journey through high school, full of anxiety, procrastination, and unfinished homework. My first real taste of high school came from band. I've been playing saxophone since 6th grade, and every summer there is band camp. To be honest, it was pretty terrible. Getting up at 8 every morning and staying at school till 5 during the summer really sucked, but I was with my friends, which made it worthwhile. Freshman year was a strange year for me. I was playing saxophone in the marching band, playing basketball on the freshman A team, and trying to maintain all A's, but Miss Hubert's class was pretty rough. Biology was the first class where I actually had to study and still had a C average. Thankfully, I could always keep my parents off my back by saying I was tired from band rehearsals or basketball practice made me too tired to study. As for my social life, it basically consisted of being with my band friends, silently going through classes, and playing video games. It was tough trying to juggle basketball, band, and schoolwork, but it was only freshman year. In the beginning of sophomore year, I decided that something needed to change. I didn't want another boring year of sitting through classes waiting for something to happen, so I decided to devote most of my time towards basketball. Band is fun and all, but competing against other basketball teams is much more exciting than competing against other marching bands. Especially since I was going to be on the JV team, I knew I had to improve if I wanted to secure a spot on the team and get considerable playing time. I began working on my basketball skills as much as I could during my free time, but I was still in band, so extra time was very limited. I managed to get pretty good playing time that year, and I had a blast competing against some good teams. Something was still missing though. Outside of basketball and band, I really didn't do anything. Most days where I had nothing going on were spent playing some stupid video game or just loafing around watching TV. I had spent so much time devoted to basketball and band, but at the end of the day, I felt like I hadn't done anything. Next came junior year. Supposedly the most difficult in the 4 years of high school, and I was planning on playing varsity basketball, being in band, and I really needed my grades to be good this year, along with my standardized test scores, if I wanted a good shot at getting into the colleges I was looking at. Within a week of my AP-loaded schedule, I knew I wouldn't be able to keep my grades up and stay in basketball and band. I decided with a heavy heart that I should drop basketball. That year in band, we would be traveling to New York to play in Carnegie Hall, and I really didn't want to miss that. Since so much time was freed up from not playing basketball, I decided to really practice my saxophone. I didn't make one ensemble, the top band at Westlake, but I was first chair second band, which wasn't bad, and I got all the solos, which was a pretty good deal. Junior year was definitely the year I changed the most. In the beginning, I was a tall, shy, skinny Asian kid, always worried about what people thought of me, but soon I realized who really cares. Who cares what people think of me? As long as I enjoyed what I was doing, I could care less what the person next to me thought. Maybe it's because I tried hard to never make a mistake, or because I never wanted to stick out of the crowd, but who cares? For the first time in my life, I felt like I could really be myself when I started to make new friends, just because I decided not to care. Now jumping to present day, I'm going to attend Cockrell School of Engineering at University of Texas at Austin to become a civil engineer, which I am very excited about. Applying to colleges, I really didn't think I was going to get into UT. I was accepted to A&M, but not to the School of Engineering, so I thought there was no hope of getting into the UT engineering. Once the UT admissions came out, I logged on and saw that I had been accepted to the Cockrell School of Engineering at UT. Getting accepted to UT is one of the greatest achievements of my life so far, and I can't wait to spend the next 4 years there. So far, senior year, I played basketball on the varsity team, and although our record wasn't exactly the best, we did beat the #1 team in the state, which was pretty awesome. Surprisingly, I managed to maintain a pretty good GPA, attempting to do the least amount of work possible. I'm also glad to say that the time spent outside of basketball practices and band rehearsals is filled with doing stuff with my friends, not just mindlessly playing video games and watching TV. Sadly, band has taken a turn for the worst. Every day seems to be the longest, most grueling class of the day. I'd like to say I have everything figured out, but I know that next year will bring numerous challenges, but now I realize it is more important to just be myself and have fun with whatever life throws at me.